Long time no chats. Good. How are you doing? Well, let me cut straight to the chase. I've had a few warnings from YouTube over the past several months, mainly concerned with swear words in old video titles and videos being deemed unsuitable for children and the such. Anyways, one of these said videos is a film clip I made for Viper the Rapper about 6 years ago. I used a cache of video that he had provided and I dug out what I thought were the funniest parts of his performance and then laid that footage over pictures of drug paraphernalia. Considering the song was called I Sell A1 Cocaine, I figured it was both appropriate and relevant to the subject matter. This Viper video went on to be the most popular video on my channel for the last 5 years. It never wavered. No other video could topple this new classic, not even Batman. That was until recently when YouTube contacted me to let me know that I had broken their guidelines due to the drug references in the video. I never thought it was too bad because it was obvious to me that the video was not meant to be taken seriously, and quite frankly, nothing I have ever made or uploaded to YouTube is even close to some of the wild content I have watched here over the years. Content that remains online due to being housed within corporate advertising circles or simply because it makes YouTube money and I do not. They stripped me of my partnership they had forged with me years ago. However, I digress. It appears as though this issue with this specific video is my final warning. Of course, it's impossible to actually talk to a human being from YouTube, so I'm unsure what to do to avoid having my channel scrapped, and I'm not sure how much I care at this point. I'm not certain that going through and marking all my videos to 18 plus would have any effect on the algorithm looking for breaches of guidelines, and I'm not sure I can be bothered doing so. I have more than 1,000 videos on here, and unless there's a simple click this button to restrict all your videos, which would bury my channel, right? It's already buried. It would take me days to go through and restrict each individual video. And in turn, this may end up doing nothing to favour my channel anyway. It appears as though the guidelines change every other day, and it feels like an impossible task to shape all my previous content to fit rules that continue to evolve. So this brings us to the crux of this video. It's basically a farewell to all my subscribers. I have no plans to scrub my channel, however, I have no control over YouTube once again changing their guidelines tomorrow and wiping me from the platform completely. More than a decade's worth of work and you can go and get stuffed, Mr. Kenneth. No thanks for your service. Now, I also believe that YouTube has the right to do whatever it damn well pleases. I am grateful for them housing my content for the past decade, and I will now prepare myself for my digital annihilation. Admittedly, there's maybe a little part of me that wants to be wiped from the platform. To become an internet ghost, I think it's kind of romantic. To be shivved by the maturing and disgruntled keeper. I have no plans to intentionally get banned, but if I'm getting warnings for videos that are now 6 years old, it makes me feel as though the end is on the horizon. This algorithm is bound to find something unsavory in my channel again, and when that day comes, I'll face it with what little dignity I have. And with that dignity comes an enormous an enormous, and with that dignity comes an enormous thank you to all my subscribers that have stuck it out with me over the years. I tried to make a channel of variety, and I believe I succeeded. But to succeed in the creative and corporate world, you must find your niche and drain all the life out of it until it exists solely to pimp consumerist bullshit that none of us actually need, and this is not my speciality. If there are old pranks, videos, or songs from my catalogue that you will miss when I get deleted, I encourage you to go download that shit. You have my permission to download whatever you want, hoard it, or upload it to other platforms if you care to do so. I'm admittedly a little disheartened by these circumstances. However, it's not the end of my creative endeavours. Of course. I think that I will continue my retreat from the internet and try to focus a little more on tangible art that can be recreated in the real world. Which is to say, more live music and getting my hands dirty with some art that doesn't revolve around cameras and YouTube. To be clear, I'm not quitting the platform. I will continue to post bits and pieces of my life moving forward. However, if you wake up one day and I no longer exist here, you can be sure that it wasn't of my making. You can trust that the powers that be have had enough of hosting my work and they have wiped me from the platform. It would be cool if that never happened, but I'm preparing for the worst nonetheless. This community has brought me so much joy over the years. I know the pranks will be talked about for years to come, and I know at least a few of my songs made a couple of toes tap over the years. And so all is not lost, right? I got to meet you. Thank you for your viewership. Thanks for all the comments, and cheers in general for interacting with me over the years. YouTube has been a wonderful outlet for me as an artist over the past decade, and I'm grateful that you all got to share it with me. But now, it's time for me to go and do a real long hot shit squeeze right out me milky brown donut.